Hello and welcome once again to the Lighthouse, and I am your host, Rachel. Thank you for joining us once again in a new class where we will continue our study on the Ten Commandments. Yes, our Ten Commandments. We started the Ten Commandments with God saying, I am the Lord your God, and I took you out of the land of Egypt, from the land of bondage. Remember? So we're going back there, and I'm just going to remind you really quickly. The name of God is I am. I am the Lord your God. I took you out of the land of Egypt, from the land of bondage. And we learned from this that the land of Egypt is the senses, the material world, the world of bondage, the bondage of the five senses. The five senses keep you trapped and puts a veil between you and the spiritual world. The five senses is a big hinder, it's a big obstacle for us on our journey, because things we see, things we taste, things we feel, things we hear, this has become a bondage for us, where we cannot grow higher into our spiritual selves and our spiritual power, into our Christ self. And so we are in the place of bondage where only the Christ can set us free. And these teachings were not given to us in the proper way that we should have learned it. And now in so late in life, we're beginning to learn about what God was saying. I needed to say something also. You know, the Bible, who wrote the Bible? If you look at it, who wrote the Bible? The Bible was written by the Spirit of God. It was like a channeling, it was like a download. The Bible was not written materially. It was not written, it was not the voice of man. So man started to interpret the words of Spirit as man. And then it is interpreted wrongly, because if Spirit says something like what Jesus spoke in parables, we took it literally what he's saying. Like if I say something, oh, let's go shoot some birds. If I say that, and then you will think I'm speaking in parables, I say, let's go shoot some birds. And then you will say, okay, I'm gonna go get something, maybe a bow and arrow or whatever you're gonna use to shoot some birds. That's not what I mean. I mean, let's go have a serious talk. Let's go have a tete-a-tete. Let's go have a deep discussion. And when we speak in parables, people think, physically I'm going to go, okay, you say to a friend, you say, come, I've gotten into you, says a friend to you. And then you say, oh, you go out and break a leg. You go on and break a leg, and then the person says, oh, okay, I get to the office and then I'm going to go break somebody's legs. That's not what it means. It means go get it done. Go put in your best and get it done, for you are best anyway. So just go and put in your best. Go break a leg. I'm wishing you success. Go break a leg. But somebody would take it, he said, she said I should go break a leg. I go to my office and break my colleague's leg. This is not what it means. This is the same thing with the scriptures and the words of Spirit. When Spirit speaks, the flesh can never understand Spirit. So you have to be in a state of meditation, and in a state of waiting for the Holy Spirit to interpret the words of what these things mean. Sorry about that noise. Of what these things mean. Now, going back, God said, I am the Lord your God. I am. He has made it known. My name, I am the Lord your God. And that took you out of the land of Egypt, from the land of bondage, the five senses, and from the material world, the flesh. We heard about that. And you shall have no other gods before me. We learned other gods before me. What are these gods before me? We thought they were we could say, like in Africa, we could say, oh, we have the god of Shango, or the god of Isis in Egypt, and then the god of Thor of the hammer in Norway, and you have different names of different gods. This is not what it means, that you should not have any other gods before me. Other gods before me, putting your concentration, having nothing else in your life should have more meaning than me. This is what God is saying. Nothing else in your life should have more meaning than I am. Nothing else. Father, mother, wife, children, nothing else. Pastor, church, mosque, whatever, your car, your TV, your sports, your football, whatever this is, should not have more meaning than me. If anything else, be it material, be it physical, be it whatever it is that you are doing in your life completely, nothing else should have more meaning than I am, which is the one that brought you out of, the only one that can save you and bring you out of the land of Egypt. Remember. And then he says, you shall not take. Are we there? I hope you can see. You shall not take the name. So you shall not make any idols. You shall not make any idols, no matter what. A graven image, you shall not make a graven image. You shall not have anything, and nothing else should take priority over I am, over me, that is within you. And this God we're talking about is not someone that's sitting up in heaven with a white beard and carrying a staff and saying, I'm sitting on the throne and I am. No. Nothing else should take priority over I am, which is within you. We learned the kingdom of heaven is where? Within you. God is where? Within you. The I am is where? Within you. Bondage is what? Your 5 senses. Egypt is what? The material world. Try and take a note and write down the meanings of this. And then when you understand them, as you start reading the scriptures again, you will see that you're beginning to understand spirit. You're beginning to understand what you didn't understand a long time ago when you studied the scriptures. The Holy Scriptures, they were written in spirit. So now we'll move on. And then now we say, you shall not take the name of the Lord in vain. You shall not take the name of the Lord in vain. The last time we talked about taking God's name, I think I made a video about taking God's name in vain. You know, what is God's name? There are many cultures all over the world. God is called many things. You can say, we call him Jehovah. Some people call him Allah. Some people call him names. There's so many names all over the world, what they call God. And you know what? Everybody, because of the culture and the placing of where they are on this globe, on this planet, they have their traditions and their cultures, and then they call God something. They call what they think is God something. And then some people think that, okay, well, we Africans call God something, and then you, the Europeans, must call God the same that we do. This cannot work. Or they say that we're from Europe, or we Americans, or we are Buddhists, and now I think that you should call God what we call God. And you must understand that we're all in different dimensions, and in that dimension we have a different understanding of what we think that God is. But even though we have this understanding of what we think that God is, it's just like little children trying to learning to walk. You know, they're crawling and learning to walk. But then if you not look at what God really is, this is universal. This has nothing to do with Europe, Buddhists, Muslim, Christians, and universal. One name he told us right there in the Holy Scriptures, and he says, I am. Go tell them that I am has sent you. Now we should not use the name of the Lord our God in vain. Do not use his name in vain. We learned that when you understand that I am is the name of God. Now think about it. Just remember, how many times have you used this name in so many ways that it has attracted things to you you didn't want? How many times have you used this I am? I am just mad in the head, we say. Oh, I'm sick. Oh, I am just confused. I am confused. I am sick. Oh, I am poor. Some people say, hello, how are you today? I am poor today. They use this name because my name will not go out and come back onto me void. Meaning that there is a power, there's an activation of this name. This name is powerful and it activates what it is attached to. Do not use it carelessly. This is what it's saying. Do not use it in vain. Do not use it carelessly. It's I am. I am that I am. I am. Do not use it carelessly. Think. Be aware when using these words. Be aware when using it. And our whole lives we've gone using this name in so many ways than one that we have completely lost it. And then all kinds of things have been happening to us, on our planet, in our personal lives. We didn't even know where it came from because everyone has been using this name and setting it out there without knowing the reason why they're doing that. So we go back, we go to the next one. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Now, this one is a special one. We've learned that the Sabbath, there's been this fight between Christians and even between the Christian groups or the Christian groups. There's been this tear on what is the Sabbath day. Now, according to the Jews, the Sabbath day is on a Saturday. That is the Sabbath day where they say no work and everybody should just not do anything, not do a physical work really. And then the church, the Christians, the Catholic churches, and then they say, no, the Sabbath day is going to be on Sunday. So now there is even this division of which day is the Lord's day. Which day is the Lord's day? So you see, if everybody understood spirit, there would never be a disagreement of what day. There's even a disagreement on what day Jesus was born. Some people have it on the 24th, some people have it on the 25th, and then some people even put it in October. It's just people are doing whatever they think they need to do. Do not listen to man. Always follow spirit. Spirit is the writer of these words. Spirit is the only one to interpret for you. Spirit will show you the way. Do not follow the crowd and do what they do. This is the material things where there is bondage to be delivered from. Remember bondage. Remember the matrix. Remember the 5 senses is the bondage. It's the Egypt. You have to get out of it. And spirit only can quicken you and take you out of this mess, because you'll never get the truth from the human perspective, from the material perspective. The truth will never come, because spirit and material don't go together. So, where was I? What is the Sabbath day? Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Now, the Sabbath day, you see, I will explain to you. Sabbath day is the state of mind. It's not a day of the week. It's not a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Say, if I take you into the realm of spirit, you will see that spirit has no day of the week. Spirit has no year. What year is it? Spirit, this doesn't work in the spirit world. What day is it? Spirit really don't care about this. Ageless. Spirit is ageless. Spirit cannot die. Spirit is limitless. Spirit has nothing to limit it. This is the material world. The material people just say, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. And then they said, oh, Sabbath, we choose one day. We take a Saturday. And this day we're not going to work, we're not going to drink or wine, we're not going to drink alcohol, we're not going to have sex, this day is going to be very special. And look at it closely. If you read the New Testament, when Jesus came, remember Jesus is like you and I, but Christ woke up in him. So Christ has to awaken in you and me. And when he was walking down the streets with his disciples, and then they said, oh, he sees a man that was sick and he goes to heal him. And then the Pharisees and the scribes, they say, who has given you the right to do it on a Sabbath day? What I'm trying to say is Jesus went breaking all those rules of the Sabbath day, because there's no day where God is. Who was the breaker of these rules? It was Jesus himself breaking the rules that on Sabbath day, God, the Christ, I can do what I want to do. So, what is the Sabbath day according to Spirit? Sabbath day is a state of the mind. I wrote a little bit. I don't know if you can see, the lights is just dimming that up. But Sabbath day is a state of your mind. You can see this in the book of Exodus chapter 20 verse 8. This means that you return to a former state. Go back to a former state. Now you see this even in the book of Revelations 1:10. The seventh day. The seventh day is a day of enlightenment. Yes? The seventh day is a day of enlightenment. Remember the Sabbath day. Remember, go back to the state of being. Go back to Eden, where there was, go back to Canaan, flowing with milk and honey. Go back in your mind. Choose a day, any time, anywhere, according to you. You choose, today I will have it as my Sabbath day. I'm going to meditate and have it in the back of my mind that I am one with God. I am in peace. In going back to your former state of when you were with God before you fell. A day of your choosing, a time of your choosing. This is what the Spirit was saying. That you go back inside into your place, your mind, that place you were always at peace with God. You create this time within you to commune with your Father. This for you is your day of Sabbath. A day where your state of mind is in a state of peace. You return to your former state. What is your former state? Your former state has nothing material or physical to do. What is your former state? If I say go back to your former state as a child, what would you say? Oh, when I was in my mother's belly, oh, it was so peaceful. If I can just go back there now, I just lie down. There's no thinking. There's no worry. There are no troubles. I was in peace. I didn't need to work. Mother did everything for me. All I did was lie down in the water. I just dreamt away. I was in this fantasy world. Your former state. Now, when you come back and become human and you're grown, what happened? Oh, worries. I have to go to work. I have to, or I have to feed my 5 children. Or problems, depression, headaches, sorrows, sickness, everything came. So God is saying Sabbath for you as you're climbing up the spiritual ladder. Sabbath for you is a time where you always remember. You always remember. It can be, your Sabbath can be many times under the day. It can be the whole week. It's like a fast. You decide fasting, you stay away from food. Fasting, you stay away from drinks. Fasting, you stay away from sex. Fasting, you stay away from something. But this, now you can decide to just take the whole week and say, I'm in Sabbath the whole week. I'm just going to reflect and go back to my state of being before I came into this mess of my 5 senses. In my mind, I'm going to go. I just stay with Father. It's His day, His time. My mind is His, completely His. I'm going to meditate and reflect on my former state of being an angel before I fell here in the mess of the 5 senses that have kept me bondage. I will be in my state of being, which is with Spirit, with Father, on a daily basis. This is being in Sabbath. It's not a particular day. So if I say, let's define what spirit is. Can spirit get old? I'm expecting you to answer it on your own. Can spirit get old? Can spirit get angry? Can you kill spirit? Can spirit die? Can you pierce a knife through spirit? Is spirit limited to a place? Is spirit limited to a time? Is spirit limited? Is spirit divided? Is spirit white or black? Look at it. Try and listen. Try and understand what is spirit, because that is your true state of being. This is why we say that you can never die. Your flesh will die. Flesh and blood will die, because this is not part of God. The true being is spirit. And the Sabbath, you're going back and meditating, staying in your state of being as an angel before you fell into this mess, this illusion, this mess of the 5 senses. And you need the Christ to deliver you from the land of bondage. This is a land of bondage. Because I can see, I suffer because I can see. Because I see things that others have, I don't have. This is our problem. This is the human problem. My ears, because I heard that. Now I'm in Swedish we say cranked. Cranked, somebody says something nasty about you and then you feel bad. You're sulking. You're cranked. You're sulking. If I didn't hear it, I did not suffer. If I don't see, I don't suffer. If I don't taste, now that food is good. No, that food is not good. If I don't have the taste buds, I don't suffer. I just drink the water, whatever that is. I don't know what it is, but I feel okay. If I don't have this judgmental 5 senses, because it has become a problem. It's supposed to be something good, but now it has become bad. This is eating from the tree of the good and evil. It's good, but then it's evil. It's good, but then it's evil. The fruit in the garden, we ate from the fruit of the good and evil. It's good. That now you can have some colors, you can see things, and you can but now it has become evil. You can taste and enjoy, but now it has become evil. And you can't get out of it anymore. Now you can feel sensations. You enjoy sensations in your body. Now it has become evil. You cannot control yourself anymore. This has become the fall of mankind. This has become the fall of the sons of God. Even in the scriptures, they say in the Old Testament how angels came down and started having sex with the children, with the women, the humans that were created by God. The fall of angels, God's children fell. The five senses, our evil, our bondage, our Egypt, and we need to be delivered from this material bondage that we cannot control. So remember the Sabbath day. Remember the day. Remember always your true state of being, who you really are. Reflect on it. Go back to that state. Be in that state. When you are in this state, you are in Sabbath. You do no work. You do no mental thinking. You just in a state of like when you are in your mother's belly, you had no troubles. Now you're going back into the belly of God and being in that state of peace. Now you are keeping the Sabbath day holy because you are there. You don't need to worry. You don't need to fret. You don't need to be angry. You are in this state. God is glorified on this day when you're like that. When you're back in the material world, when you're worrying, oh, I got to hurry, I got to go, I have so much to do, God is not glorified because you're thinking of only material things. But when you are in the state of your original state of being an angel again, you dedicate that day, whatever day you choose, but you're always in the state of meditation. That means you're honoring spirit. You're honoring your Father within you. This is the Sabbath day, and you're keeping it holy, secluded only to God within you. It has nothing to do with a day outside, a week outside, a year outside. Nothing like this. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. We will stop here for today. I hope you join me once again for the next one when we go into the other commandments. If you have any questions, I'll be here to answer them. Thank you for watching. Remember, I love you, I love you, I love you. Peace. Peace.